Now that we've spent so much time digitizing our different features, we now want to be able to visualize it. Now, one way to visualize it is with the summary tables that we've created, both for the infrastructure types and for the shade versus no shade. You can also look at it just as the map, as it is within the map view. But another way that we can visualize our data is by creating a chart. So to do that, we're going to select one of our tables. So you can choose either the infrastructure summary table or the shade no shade table. It doesn't matter which one you choose for the purpose of this activity. I'm going to choose the shade versus no shade table. So I've got it selected over here on the left hand side in my table of contents. Then I'm going to go up to Data tab up the top. And then I go to Create Chart. Now for this, really what I want to do is compare the values that I see between those two different classes. So I'm just going to go with the bar chart here. And so it asks me what the category is that I'm interested in. And so for me here, this is the shade category. So it'll be shade versus no shade. And I'm going to aggregate it by the area instead of the count. So the sum of the shape of the area here. So let's click on that one there. And what you'll see is that's dynamically changing the graph that we have on this left-hand side. So we can make this a little bit bigger so it's a bit easier to see. And we'll see on that left-hand side, that axis, the y-axis there, now has the area plotted and just the category down on the bottom, or the x-axis there. Now it's not the tidiest looking graph there, so I do like to change up some of these things and make it look a little bit tidier. So you can do that through looking at some of these options across the top in the chart properties. So if we go over to general, where it says comparison of some shape area by shade, we're going to make that a nicer title. So perhaps we can call that shade versus no shade on JCU campus. For the x-axis, I don't really feel that I need a title in this particular instance, so I'm just going to tick that one off and we'll see that disappears. But I do need to change that y-axis title as well. So the y-axis needs to be the sum of the area within those categories. So I'm going to change that title there. So you'll see there, as I've typed that in, it dynamically changes on the left hand side, and our graph looks considerably tidier now. So once we've done that and we're happy with the way that looks, we can close those properties and we have that chart available to us now, as you'll see on the left hand side in our table of contents. So if we want to add that into a map publication later, we've already created that chart to be able to do so.